How's everyone doing today? My name is Darian Dua. I'm the CEO and founder of CheB. Today, I'm here at Ace of Cakes in Middletown, Connecticut to talk to Eddie, who is the owner of this establishment. He's been working here for a long time. He's a staple within the community, and I wanted to come here and ask him questions just to understand his personal story and why he decided to enter the sneaker game. So, I bring to you Ace of Cakes.
Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the CheB channel, and hit the notification bell for future uploads. Now, back to the video.
So hey John, hey my brother,
What's up, my boy?
it's been
Good to
some
see you
time
back
since the last
here.
time I've been here.
Yes, sir.
So Ercan was in our very first commercial for CheB, and it's been great just coming here and seeing just a re-up of inventory. Ercan is more drippy than before.
Came prepared this time. Came prepared this time.
And so here to just talk with him and just to understand who he is and how he got into the sneaker game. So without further ado, Ercan, just talk to the people real quick.
Hey, appreciate y'all for first of all coming out here, showing me love, bro. Last time you were here, it helped my business out too. Not gonna lie, I had people out there that was mentioning your shop, your platform when they came to my shop. So I appreciate the love you guys showed then too. But since last time, had a few releases, as you know. The sneaker game has been keeping up to date, running fast. So got some restocks in here. We got some catching up to do.
Most definitely. I'm here for it. I have my double shots of espresso, so anything you say, I'm racing
I
towards
didn't have a double, but I had a single, so I'm gonna keep up.
All right, that's perfect. So, first question is where you came from and how were you introduced to the sneaker game?
Well, me, I'm a first generation Turkish student, immigrant in America. So I was born and raised in Turkey. I came to America when I was 10 years old. So after moving to America, I was kind of like not in the Turkish community as much because my family lived excluded from a lot of the Turkish people around. So a lot of my friends were American, a lot of like foreigners were my friends, and that's who really introduced me to sneakers. One of my best friends in middle school was a sneaker head. This guy would, every Christmas, every holiday celebrated, he would only ask for one thing, and that was shoes. So I was like, you know, they're kind of cool, they're nice, and I was young at the time too, and I started seeing that he was getting a lot of attention for the shoes he was wearing. So I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna
I want the ladies too.
for a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna see about some buddy a little bit, and I started getting into the shoes in middle school, and not really in the business aspect of it. I was just buying here and there to wear them. But in high school, that's where things changed. That's when I started making my own money, started working a little bit. So I started buying and selling shoes, not at this capacity, but I was buying and selling shoes between my friends. I was doing like online Facebook things, but not this big. But I always had an interest towards sneakers because after I moved, my friend that was into it so much, it kind of like sparked an interest in me. And that interest just grew over the years. And I would say like I love sneakers. Like that's like one of my biggest hobbies, like collecting sneakers.
And because you love sneakers so much, do you remember your very first pair?
Yes.
What were they?
I had the Olympic 7s.
Woo!
Were actually a gift from that friend.
Oh, really?
So my first J's was a gift from that friend, and that was his J's that he wore. So it wasn't like brand new, like he went out and like spent extra money on, but that meant a lot to me, and I actually kept that pair for a long, long time till it got lost when I was moving. But my first pair of J's, which is my favorite J's of all time too, is the Olympic 7s.
Oh, that's definitely a story right there. Hey, shout out to Ercan's friend. You are the reason Ace of Kicks is here.
You, man. We appreciate you here.
And so when it comes to just purchasing inventory, but not at this scale, where did you really see things start to pick up? Where you eventually said more so like where did you start, and then where did the idea of Ace of Kicks stem from?
So I first started with friends. You know, my friends were in the game way better than me. Like I said, I moved here as an immigrant, first gen. So I don't know much about it. I didn't know where to get them. So my friends were starting to get me hip to all the moves, all the better ways to get it for cheap. In high school, it was much easier than it is now. We go to finish line, Eblin's. We wait at the mall for like 4 hours to get a pair of kicks, cool grades and stuff. Now it's not like that. So first it was my friends, word of mouth. Hey, he sell kicks. Hey, he's got a store. So that's what I was doing most of my shopping from, because I honestly didn't trust too much on the online platforms either, because there was a lot of people, unknown people, selling and shipping things.
Yeah.
So after that, it started getting to a point where like it wasn't satisfying the customer's needs, my needs. So aside from just working with my friends who had bigger scale of connections, I started obviously making my own accounts on Sneakers app.
Yeah.
I started making my own account on like Adidas Confirmed, and I get lucky here and there on the sneakers. But mainly, I'm not gonna give a name out there right now, but there's this guy that I do work with. He's more of like a sneaker investment guy. So I'll buy mainly from his people or him, and I'll usually get it very close to retail price or a little over it. He has to make a little money too. But when I sell the shoe, I give him a certain percentage off of it too. So I can get a big scale of shoes for basically retail, and when the value of that shoe goes up, and the guy has just only made maybe $5-10 per shoe, but I bought like 50 pairs, I return that favor he did for me. And when I see the value go up and I make the sale for a little over than what it would have been, I give him a little more percentage on top of that. And that honestly helped start my relationship with him, and he connected me with other people to a point where now they don't even ask me for any percentage from my sales. And when I do buy from them, I throw a little extra on it, like maybe $10, because I mean that matters a lot when you buy 50. That becomes like 500. So it's returning the love, but also taking advantage of your resources. Because this game, if you know what you're doing when it comes to botting, I'm sure you know what botting is. How people can land like 100 pairs of shoes from a drop, and we can even get one. There's people that have that kind of connectivity. Unfortunately, I don't. You know, I can't lie and say, oh, that's how I get it done. No. That's why I try to make friends currently, and do make friends with people with connection at that scale. And you have to make sure the business is efficient too, though. You know, you can't always just, oh, you got this connection, let me go through you. He has to benefit from you as well, because it's a business at the end of the day. So keeping that business flow going is what benefited me, get me going from maybe 15-20 pairs of kicks at my store to having over 250 in my store now. So it helps to grow, but grow smart. You know, like I said earlier, invest all your money, don't spend it. But aside from the money, invest your time, invest your resources. You know, you have to be aware of your environment, and you have to be aware of the business that you're in. So, you know, when you do all of that and you want to grow, it will happen easy. And that is my biggest way of growing my stock the way I think.
And I love that, because your inventory it tells a story when you walk into the store. You know, when you walk into a Foot Locker, you see sneakers that most people don't want to touch, but are there just because they have their deals. But when you come in here, you see a story of, I want you to know, not just one, like this Jordan collection y'all are going to see it's kind of wild. I haven't seen some of these pairs in some various stores I've been into, but this is definitely amazing. But when it comes to your connection and just knowing people, a big question is, how do you understand the market when you purchase a sneaker? Because you can't just get Jordans and then Yeezys, but how do you understand what is a special pair that you're looking for, that you know that once a customer walks in here, they're walking out with a pair of sneakers?
Exactly. So you can't overwhelm your customers with so many sneakers out there. What I do personally is I read charts. So like StockX has charts, and there's certain websites out there that will show you what are the most sold colorways in your area. What is the most sold brands, or certain like Jordan 1s, 4s, 7s. There's ways I look these up, and I don't go with the trends, but I also go with the trends that are happening only around me. You know, because that's what I need to focus on first. In order to grow, you got to start from your neighborhood. You know, so what I do first is I see what a lot of people are interested in around here. And around here, I'll tell you, a lot of like older heads, they love the sneakers, but black and white, cream color, maybe gray. That's why I have a lot of neutral colors. And when it comes to coloring, I don't go into too much brights, for example, because I don't see my customers asking for that much or seeing any of my customers rock it. So the way I depict it is, yes, I give an eye to the charts, see what the society, the community out there is like to buy, they like to purchase, they like to rock, but I like to get a little more personal with the people that come in here. So I like to just, without asking questions, observe a little bit. I'll look at what they're wearing one time, the next time, And if they do come in and maybe they don't find something they like, it happens all the time. I'll ask them, hey, what's your favorite Jordan? And I'll ask them what they're looking for. What's your favorite Jordan? That automatically tells me what kind of sneakerhead is easy. Old school sneakerhead, newer hype beast sneakerhead, or does he like the certain colorways, certain releases? That question itself just gives me a lot of background info on his sneaker taste. So I just base it off of that. And a lot of my customers around here, they do like old schools. When you take a look at my collection, you're gonna realize I don't have almost any of the new threes. They released like 5 threes, like 6 4s in the last like 2 months. I only have a few because I go for certain colorways that I ask and see and observe what my customers like to rock, like to ask for. So I always say, start slow. Start from your own customers, own people, and then see what they like, see what they're into. And then when you go from there, they're gonna go and tell their friend, and they're gonna come start shopping with you. He might be into something else. Well, guess what? You just made your variety bigger. Now you're gonna get something that he likes too, that someone else might like. And it's like a domino effect. It's just going on. But you have to treat each one of your customers with that special service. Hey, what do you like? What would you like me to order? I do pre-orders for my customers a lot too. And that itself, just aside from getting what they want, it helps me sell too. Because I don't have stuff that they don't want to buy. I have stuff that they're interested in. I have stuff that they've asked for. So that itself, as a small business, I would say is the best way to focus on what to get, is to focus on your customers.
And you brought up 2 very important aspects of this game, as well as being a store owner for sneakers, that I wanted to just hit on in just one question. So you talked about 1, understanding what the community wants, and 2, not having such a big inventory because you're really trying to speak to your community. So I wanted to ask and really understand your thoughts of how you've grown as becoming, how you've grown for Ace of Kicks becoming a staple within this very community of Middletown, Connecticut. It's a beautiful town. If you guys look it up on Google Images, I'm sure you've probably seen it in a couple of movies. But for you, how do you think you've become a staple within this very community, and how do you think you've been able to speak to them through Ace of Kicks?
Like I said previously, just giving value to their needs and desires, what they really ask for, instead of trying to sell them something I'm sitting on or something that's hot in the market. Like I said, reading the trends are up to a 1 point. So getting to that point, that level, I would say, within a small business, you have to get a little personal with the people that are coming, spending money with you, that are coming and spending their time with you. So I believe that instead of just getting the hot sneakers, what's really selling a lot out there, see what's selling within your store. And the more you build that type of a relationship, not just business, a customer business relationship, the more you will grow within your community. Because like I said, they will tell their friends and family, and they will come. But you have to give that treatment to every single person that comes in here. And when they do see that, they are treated with the same exact value, and they get the same treatment, aside from the great sneaker collection and prices, they add a little cherry on top of the pie for them. And for me, I think that goes a very, very long distance when it comes to running a small business and developing yourself in the eyes of your customers and community by giving them the service that's sincere, not really corporate.
And I love that answer right there, because it's even a great segue into what CheB is. And so I wanted to talk to you about your partnership with CheB and just describe how the hyper-local aspect of the store, how do you benefit from it, especially as you're here, but you also want to grow at the same time?
Well, CheB is a different platform that's not really like out there. Not a lot of people are doing. It's very, very, very unique. And why I say that is it's combining basically 2 different industries, a crypto industry and the sneaker industry. Now, let's talk about both just for a quick second, without going into details. Crypto, all the multimillionaire companies, for example, are starting to turn their payments, investments into crypto-based. Multiple successful companies that are already established are transitioning to this. Now, let's talk about sneakers for a sec. About 10, 15 years ago, it was just high schoolers, middle schoolers, maybe certain college students that were really into it, that was spending the money on it to wear it. When you walk outside right now, my grandfather, who is 65, he has a Jordan on his feet. He comes to my store, he likes it, he grabs it.
He is a fly brother.
Hey, I put him on, but the generation itself nowadays are so welcoming into the new generation, they love to adapt to the new culture that's out there. They don't that's what I'm seeing and observing, that they are willing to, for example, adapt to the new things. You know, so within that way, that's a exponentially growing industry. The sneaker business, it's growing by the day. Everyone's being indulged in it. They're rocking it more. But aside from that, it's becoming more like combined in, merged in with the street apparel industry. So it's like really going hand to hand at the same time while growing each other. Now, when you got a crypto and you got a growing business industry and you combine them, you have the potential for something huge. You have the potential for one of those, for example, multi-million-dollar companies and come and invest in, hey man, this idea is great, which it really is. And you go from just buying and selling sneakers on maybe Go, StockX, or a storefront like myself, to not only exposure to more customers, but exposure to more business people, connections that might just take you from point A to B, but also from point A to all the way to C already, you know? So it's definitely a platform and an opportunity that I'm going to take advantage of, and a lot of people should, because it's a doorway to something that has huge potential value that has not been really put out there yet, that has not been really given to businesses like myself or resellers like others, the opportunity, the option to go in that way. Because there is very minimal room for failure, in my opinion. The way you guys are setting everything up, very minimal. But even when you have those obstacles in the road, this is something that you're going to learn so much from. And when you are involving in things like this, you're not only bringing your business, your self-exposure, but you're also involving yourself in more of something that's evolving over the years. You know, crypto, sneaker game, a little different, but especially with crypto, when you combine that with it, it's just two industries that has great amount of, like I said, potential to make money, make connections in, and it's definitely something that brings great value to people that own businesses or resellers, or even when they want to just use the platform to purchase things off. You know, I think it's just a great opportunity that is not out there yet fully. So
thank you for that. I mean, I love that, and I know there's a customer upstairs, but so what I wanted to do is, we have some customers that came in, and I wanted them to talk to Ercan just about his sneaker collection, and also just learn a new perspective of sneakers from the customer to this great owner right here. And so tune in as we talk to some customers, and just you're able to see the inventory that Ercan talked about, where he talked about what the community wants. He talked about the neutral colors. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a neutral colors type of guy. You just see blue on just for today. and just learn a little bit more about him, sneakers, and the customer, and how those two come together. So tune in. See y'all later.
Yo, it's your boy Veli. You know what it is. I had to come pull up with my boy AJ at Ace of Kicks.
Boy, good to see you again.
Oh man, it's nice to see this man. He always got the best deals in CT, you know what I mean? So, I don't mean to put him on the spot, but you know I got to. What's your favorite pair of shoes on the wall?
Damn, you're gonna do me like that? There's a few out here that I like that's already in my personal collection too, but if I really had to pick one, I'm gonna have to rock with the Pine Green 4s.
Can you give us a little information about the shoe?
These are, let's talk about the colorway first. The only colorway Jordan released, identical to the OG colorway, Military Blues. They don't make 4s in that colorway where it's super clean. Only the wings are in the color that matches the bottom soles in the back. And aside from the colorway being so clean and extinct from all the other Jordan 4 releases, it's the comfort, bro. You have to try these on. This is an SB collab. So what they did with that to provide more support for people who skateboard in these shoes is they made all the pads around the ankles so much thicker and softer, so you get more cushion. And aside from that, the insole on the bottom is also thicker compared to other 4s. So that, when you put your feet into these shoes, it just feels like you got a memory foam pillow on your feet. It's super comfortable, and like I said, man, the colorway is rare, clean, and I don't know when they're going to be releasing this again, so definitely would say this one is a grail on the shelf for me for now. But I mean, since you want to put me on the spot, I'm gonna have to see what you like the most out of the collection, see if I really know you well enough.
You know, I'm gonna have to go with the Jordan 1 Mochas. These is like a nice neutral color, black toe, brown in the back. I know people are gonna say it's a budget Travis Scott, but to those people, it is. my shoe, my kind of flavor. Feel me? Mocha One. Now, to talk about other things, when I came here, I was confused because I didn't know you had another store upstairs. I looked you
Throw
up.
some people off.
It threw me off. I was like, ooh, this is nice, but this is different. But I came here for sneakers. I wanted to shop. Feel me? So, you already talked about how you got in the game. What's your most memorable moment about opening up a shop?
My most memorable moment. It would have to be my first sale, because when I first opened it, I had like a soft opening, and my first sale, it was one of my friends that came to visit. He was actually traveling from New York, so that kind of put more meaning into it too. And when he came, he was purchasing the shoe, and he's my boy. You know, I always gotta give him a hookup, gotta bless on the prices, gotta separate myself from the other stores. So I did that. I gave him a discount. What my boy did was he paid double, and he was like, "This is my way of appreciating you for doing what you're doing for us," because I'm Turkish, as I mentioned earlier. And in the Turkish community, there's a lot of interest in shoes, the sneaker game, but not a lot or any Turkish people are sellers or have a store or even do it on an online platform. So when I got into this, from that, it just opened a door for me to already have a community of customers, a current customer base that currently is always coming back and back. And look at how that advanced into others and other communities, other cultures. And now I met you maybe like a year ago, but I feel closer with you than most of the people out here. It's not like you're a customer when you come in here, you know? That's the treatment I like to give to the people that come through my doors, because you're showing me love and respect when you come here. So I gotta show that back to you, you know? So gotta keep the respect mutually and focus on what you want, what you like, not what's hot out there. What matters for me is my customers, not everyone else in the market.
I mean, you know the reason why I came here is because, you know, your prices is better than most sneaker stores. So when I come here, I know what I'm gonna get, and plus I know with the pre-orders that you come out with, you know, you got me, and you know I got you right back.
So you gotta, like I said, you can't price gauge. You can't try to only think of yourself when you're putting a price on something, right? You got competition. You gotta keep that in mind, but you gotta also keep in mind of what the world and the community, the society around you is like. Because right now, times is hard, bro. Not everyone wants to come and drop $500, $600 on shoes. So what I like to do is, instead of putting like hundreds of profit on it, I'll put a little bit, but try to sell more of it, you know? And that way, just like my customers and friends like yourself, they're happier walking out of here with the shoe they got, with the price they got, and the treatment, most importantly, they got. So that definitely is my go-to for that.
Much appreciate talking to you, my guy. You
Always
know, it's
a
always.
pleasure, bro. Always a pleasure. And I got something for you too. I gotta show you after this.
Oh, say less.
I want to say thank you to CheB for giving me the opportunity to work with them. Always coming by, showing me love. You guys are genuinely appreciated. Again, it's Ercan here with Ace of Kicks at Middletown, Connecticut. We're located right on Main Street. So if you guys are ever around the area, going to a restaurant or a bar, feel free to stop by, pop in. We do a lot of in-store promotions during the holidays, during regular season. And we also do a lot of giveaways and raffles on our social media, which will be dropped down below. So if you guys are around the area, pop in. If not, check out our webpage for numerous discounts, numerous giveaways. Take advantage of these. We highly recommend them. To this day, we've given away so many free Easy Slides, Easy 350s, Jordan 1s, 4s. The list goes on. So if you guys would like to show some love, we'll return the love back. Thank you guys again. Shout out to CheB for always showing me that love. And it's a pleasure to always work with you guys. Thank you.